My friends, when the doubt is not there, what happens then? It's the unknown that is allowed to happen, and it's the beauty that is then allowed to be revealed through the allowing that you present it. Choose allowing versus choose doubt. Choose to doubt the unknown and what it will present versus choose to allow it and allow its magic and allow its beauty and know that that is the same unknown that created, well, all of this. Look around you. Just like right now, I'm saying this because this is my experience of making this video. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what this video is about, and yet here it is, being about something that is true and raw in the moment. And I think that is the most absolute beautiful way that I could have imagined making a video. Is pure and raw in the moment, eh? Sa takiana a tataria aha a ama a e ki kiana na ara aha. Aha mana aha. Hui sa takia. So, and what I just did was called light language or soul language. And essentially, you can just try it out yourself, is where you allow yourself to make sounds, tap into your soul and make sounds and make expression that feels the most true and raw for the moment. And then it allows you to transcend and just go straight, transcend language, the barriers of language, and go straight to it's more closely related to the energetic signature of what it is that you're saying and trying to communicate through the soul language, through the light language, compared to just regular language. It's a lot more, I find it a lot more direct, and it works on the subconscious level. So it works on the subconscious level, and it is a lot more direct in terms of communicating the communication, which all communication starts with energy, right? So I'm speaking right now in words, and yet there's this thing that I want to communicate that more clearly is spoken through when I allow the unknown of the light language, the soul language to come through. And you don't have to believe me. I know this is quite a bit of an out there thing for the mental realm to understand, but it simply is what it is. Whether you choose to think I'm crazy or not, that is your choice, you know. And I've come to this, and it's fine. It's fine. Um, so what I'm speaking about is the self-doubt that holds back so much straight genius, straight brilliance. And I've written about this on my Substack, Vibration Translation, The Interaction Space is the publication name. I've written so much about this genius inside of you. I said the like because it's like we're born as children and we already have our soul essence, our soul blueprint endowed into us, embroidered into us, into the being of who we are. And we all have something unique to bring into the world. There's nobody else like you, and that's just a matter of fact. And it's this doubt that you can bring in from your own personal karma or your own personal experience as a soul, or that also on top of the doubt that is brought in by this, time on earth that we live in, where there is just a lot of dissonance and distraction and things that monopolize our mental space that are not in support and in favor of our highest good. And so, when we're born into a time and place like this, a time and place that wants you to focus on comparing yourself to other people, that wants you to focus on your appearance so much that, it's like these energy drains, energy drain here, energy drain there. It's not something that brings energy. It's not a system we're born into most of the time, maybe you got real lucky, or that was part of your path. But most of the time we're not born into a place, into a system where it's feeding us with the exact support that we need. You know, Oftentimes we may be born into places that misunderstand us. And it is us who have to, oof, and like really, I feel like on a soul level, I live in America. This society ain't soul level deep. The mainstream ain't soul level deep, and that's just the case of it. And so, because this mainstream is not soul level deep, it doesn't meet you at your soul level's depth. And so, therefore, you have to meet yourself at your own soul level's depth. And that is a beautiful journey to go on in and of itself. And it's so fascinating when you have a trauma, let's say, of not being met deeply in your childhood or so on and so forth in your life, then you start believing. That trauma has you believing that even if you are around somebody that's genuinely supportive of you or genuinely wants to be supportive of you, it's going to have you believing that that's not possible, that you don't deserve it because you didn't have it before. It's so interesting what is encoded so viscerally into our nervous system, into our bodies, into our energetic fields from the experiences we go through in life. And I want to say it is very real, very real. The density of this society, of this right now, of being on Earth, and the governments and the rule and the societies that rule us, that tell us what to do, that provide the systems for which to live in, they're dense. Oof. A lot of the jobs that are provided here within the system are not conducive of, first of all, they're not in tune with the flow of energy, the flow of creation. It doesn't have to be men, women, whatever. It's like, yeah, those men and women operate differently, but it's like the flow of creation itself. It's not attuned with that. I mean, when everybody's tired, when like a lot of people's work-life balance is a shit. Like it's like like obviously it's not working. Obviously it's not supportive of creation itself. It's not supportive of the life force within each one of us. And so when we're living in a place like this, it is so important to recognize it within ourselves. That is the self-recognition aspect that is so important. I've talked about this, I've written about this before in my Substack. Self-recognizing that thing inside of you that's been pulling you forwards all this time, whether you've been listening to it or not. You can call it intuition. You can call it divine inspiration. You can call it your calling. You can call it your purpose. It's just like, and I know these things are different things, but I'm trying to point to something right in the middle that's connected to all these things. It's the truth of who you are. And there's so many different terms and like, spiritual lingo I can throw in together and mash it and make a soup of it and like serve it here in this video. But I wanted you to just clearly get the message. And as I'm speaking this, I'm speaking to myself too. Like right now I've been experiencing this, so it's what I'm speaking to. I've been experiencing this for a while. But essentially, if you're able, which you are, to self-recognize yourself. Truly, know thyself. to self-recognize yourself. You become free in the mind because self-recognition isn't about knowing everything about there is to know, because there's going to be so much to unfold of you that you don't know. There's going to be so much unknown beauty that's going to come of you. Guaranteed. If you choose to self-recognize yourself. If you prioritize this, it's guaranteed, but it's going to be unknown. Just like this video, it's unknown to me, but yeah, I wanted to do it. And so, anyway, how do you self-recognize? Is by following your excitement. I mean, like Bashar says, I love Bashar, okay? And Abraham Hicks pretty much has the same message. Like it's like the same message in different wordings. It's like literally follow your greatest excitement in the moment. And mm, don't expect an outcome. Don't be attached to any outcome, as Bashar says, because this very excitement is the thing, is the fabric of the mystery itself. This is why it's exciting, because it's like, oof, like we're gonna go off this cliff, we're gonna go off this edge, we're gonna peek behind that door, like, ooh, that's exciting, because there's gonna be something new there. There's gonna be something there that I don't know, and I'm excited to find out. And I'm excited to find out. A lot of the spiritual talk, it comes in metaphors because it's symbolic, because it's going to seep into your subconscious mind deeper, faster. You're going to see it, you're going to know, you're going to feel it, you can step into this metaphor with me. Right, the mystery, the unknown jewels that are waiting in the dark cave. It's exciting, you know? But then you can have the scenario of that same door, that same cliff, and you can start doubting in that moment, and it's your choice. You can start doubting, oh my God, but there's probably not going to be anything behind that door anyway. There's nothing over that cliff. It's just going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be all the same kind of terrain, landscape. There's nothing new, there's nothing fun, nothing exciting, no new sea animals to be found, nothing to be discovered. Everything's already made, everything's already discovered. Like, it's all the same old, like boring life stuff. I mean, like, oh, there's nothing going to be behind that door. I'm going to find nothing. I'm going to go into that Minecraft cave and there's going to be no diamonds here. There's going to be no diamonds to be found. There's going to be like, there's just nothing there. And same old. And I'm worthless and I'm useless. And even if there is something there, I'm not going to be able to find it. Well, that just kills the spirit of it, doesn't it? It kills your spirit to be actively engaging in and feeding those thoughts. The thoughts may be there for the rest of your life. I don't know. Maybe so. They may be appearing there for the rest of your life. You may be absorbing other people's thoughts, for the rest of your life, but it's like they don't have to actually, just like the meditation, the clouds go by. The clouds go by. And they don't turn into a rainstorm. They don't turn into a thunderstorm, into, some crazy storm, because you're not feeding them with anything. You're not filling them up with vapor. Yeah, so it's like in the water cycle. This is just another fun metaphor that came, right? Evaporation is a process that converts a substance from liquid to a gaseous state. So, and it's fun because it's like gas, like the gas, the fuel of your mind, the fuel of your energy. You're not filling up those clouds with that gas. You're not giving it that fuel. You're not giving it that life force. It has no power. It goes away. It goes away. It doesn't even affect you beyond what you fuel the effect to be. Cause and effect, yet it is your cause that creates the effect on your peace of mind, ultimately. Just like when you have an intense emotion come up, and so it comes up. And so there is a stormy cloud, maybe, and so there is some thunder from this like trigger that's been triggered inside you. The lightning strikes. Okay, and so the lightning strikes. You are your own home on the inside, and you're fine. You don't have to open the door from your inner home and run out into the lightning strike and get all wet and dirty. You don't you don't have to do that. It's just gonna pass, just like the weather always does. On Earth, at least. And for me, doubt in this moment, what it's doing, and fear, right? Doubt originates from fear because, it's love and fear, and all the other things trickle down from it. But, fear says, doubt says, it latches on to the thing I'm most insecure about showing up as and being seen as, which is my light language, basically. Because I'm like, that's definitely the craziest thing in this video. Like, oh my God, you know? And so the fear will latch on to the thing I'm most insecure about within myself. But now the question is, will I keep feeding the insecurity? Or will I feed the support of myself and of my knowing? It's a choice I have right now. I can make this video and not post it and go back and go into a spiral stressing about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna sound crazy. I don't know shit. Why did I say that? I mean, it just can keep going like that. And that's happened to me many, many times. And these are just the functions of love and fear, of your choice, of your cause right here in the moment. You are the cause. You are at cause. You are at the, and what that means is not to scare you, but it's like you're at the point of power right here. You're at the point of power in your point of awareness. Fully here, fully present. And you don't have to question and start analyzing how much self-recognition you have. Just begin to feel it seeping into you. Self-recognize. What your heart, what your spirit has been pulling you towards, has been filling you up with over the course of your life. Maybe it's some kind of like curiosity. Mm. And dare to follow the thread of that, of your soul, present here in the moment now, exactly where you are, exactly as you are. It is present here because it is you, waiting for you to hear yourself and listen to yourself. I am self-recognized. Repeat this if you wish. I am self-recognized. And you can be this now, all you have to choose it. But the thing is, oftentimes you can watch a video and then watch another video and then listen to another thing here and there. And yeah, you can choose that in the moment, but how fully are you choosing this? And no shame, no guilt, but how fully are you willing to choose yourself, your heart, your soul, your passion, your curiosity, your inspiration, who you are, the elements most closely here to present who you are. Now I am. Now is the only moment that is. And you can powerfully choose now. There really is no future now. It's all the same now. And so you can powerfully infiltrate the now and all the quote unquote nows ever to be with the choice of powerfully self-recognizing yourself and committing, ultimately to what this is the spiritual path. Of coming fully as spirit into body, rooting down into this plane as who you are and expressing that out, singing it out, percolating that out, vibrating it out into the world. And why this may feel blocked, and this has feels so blocked for me, for like years and years and years. Let me tell you, probably my hardest lesson to learn has been in self-worth, self-value, and confidence. And by making this video and showing up in this way, in this video, I choose to carry that. I choose to have that. I choose to be that now. You see? It's through a choice. The action is created. Unknown is allowed to unravel itself in beautifully mysterious ways. Because if I come on here in this video and I let doubt infiltrate this video, like I have had happen many times, I'm not going to be showing up powerfully. I'm not going to be showing up in my energy, in my value, in my worth, in knowing myself and knowing, self-recognizing myself. I'm going to be limiting my fullness. I'm not going to be fully present as a result because I'm going to be my attention is going to be caught up in all the doubts. And therefore, you're not going to receive me expressed as my true self because you're going to be receiving, oh, this person she's not sure about herself. I don't know if I should listen to her. She seems like she's confused. You're going to be receiving that instead. Now, of course, you can look at this video and be like, I'm going to write in the comments how confused you are right now. Therefore, you're confused. No, that's a projection and that's a trigger. And there's, because when you self-recognize yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody out there says because you know yourself. And so it's another cloud that passes by. It doesn't even form a cloud. Like it's just non-existent because you just know to the root who you are. And so it's so important to self-recognize yourself and to stay, true to this path. And continue choosing love and compassion now. Choose it now. Powerfully choose it, and it creates a momentum. And it will, and it already is expressing itself in the most beautiful ways you don't even know about because that is the great unknown. I hope, friends, from this point of awareness, from this point of self-recognition, you've got this. You have completely got this.